Hello everyone. Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm glad to see you again, and I hope this video, who watched this video, are good and healthy. So today I'm here to make this video to fulfill my requirements for the English test. So before we started, I want to introduce myself to you. So my name is Pilar Fazrullah Aki Ramadan with the student number 240103 2024. So I was 2020 years old. I was 22 years old this years, and I am an electrical engineering student in the Polytechnic State of Padang. So let we start it. Can you imagine, guys? So where is the electricity uh, from and how it works? Maybe I wanna give you a short story about this process. The electrical system that used in our daily life is far from a long process. This process does not create a new energy, but it converts from the natural energy into the electrical energy. The energy from flowing the wind, steam, sunlight, and the water, and it can be used to drive a turbine in generator. When the generator, just like turbine, has been rotated, the motion transferred to a generator to connect it to it, and inside the generator the electromagnetic induction occurs as magnetic, and a coils move to produce electrical current. The electricity generated has a relative low voltage, and what we're gonna do to increase that voltage into the high voltage, we can transmit it into the long distance area uh, with the minimum voltage loss. It can be increased by a transformer. The electrical uh, can be transmitted long distance area from the power plant area to the consumers like home, schools, office, and the other industrial area. When the electrical is closer area in the consumers, the voltage is too high to use a direct use, and therefore at the substation and the distribution uh, can gradually the voltage into the sub-level safe, uh, and that's why the electrical can be transferred to the home, schools, and the others facility that through the distribution networks. uh, the next slide, we can move to the electrical system in Indonesia. So the electricity grid in Indonesia is regulated by the local company, state-owned electricity by PTPLN, and divided into several main grids, uh, such as the Java, Madura, and Bali, or Jamali, the system, and the system connected to Sumatra. The country used the standard voltage is 230 kilovolt, 230 volt, with a frequency of 50 hertz, and its primary energy source is the fossil fuels. With the increasing use of renewable energy sources such as hydropower and geothermal energy, the Indonesia power generation system is dominated by fossil fuels, with the coal being the primary source, and supplemented by natural gas, and the electricity is generated at the power plants like steam, gas, and hydro, and then they transmitted throughout a national grid, which is managed by the state-owned electricity company. While the system is centralized, it faced challenges due to archipelagic nature of the country, leading to issues with reliability and in remote areas. And what about the infrastructure that in Indonesia? So we can see the transmission and distribution and national grid primarily operated by PT. It transmitted electricity from power plants to a consumer across the archipelago. There are the estimated 38,679 kilometers of power lines across the country. The future direction is the energy transition. There is the significant push toward a green energy transition, but the transition is hindered by the continued reliance on coal and dominance of PLN. The renewable energy target. The Indonesia has the target to increase the share of the renewable energy in its mix, but it's struggling to meet them. Subsidies, government subsidies have been a factor, and there are efforts to better target them, but it remains a challenge as mentioned in this assessment. The challenge reliability. Despite being able to connect 98% of households, the supply remains unreliable in some areas. Overcapacity. There are instances of the overcapacity, particularly in the Java Bali system, which can be attributed to rapid expansion plans that have not kept pace with actual demand growth, according to IESR. So the next slide is what about the electrical system in Germany? So Germany, the electrical system is undergoing major transformation, known as the Energiewende or the energy transition, which involves a rapid shift from the conventional energy source, just like a nuclear and the fossil fuels, to renewable. The system is characterized by a highly developed and complex grid infrastructure managed by a mix of public and private operators. When in the 2024, renewable energy source accounted for approximately 59% of the Germany net public electricity generation. The generation mix is as the follows, and the main challenge in generation revolves around the fluctuating nature of wind and solar power, requiring increased flexibility, energy storage capacity, just like batteries, hydrogen, and grid stability measures. So What is the infrastructure in Germany? Germany has well developed in intricately mass electricity grid, which is divided into transmission and distribution networks. What about the transmission grid? The high voltage network, just like 220 kilovolt and 380 kilovolt, with a new DC lines planned for up to 525 kilovolt. Transport electricity over large distance, often from the windy north to the industrial south across the border, and the total length is about 35,000 kilometers. The infrastructure is managed by a four independent transmission system operator or TSOs, supervised by the Federal Network Agency or Bundesnetzagentur. These networks, or maybe just like low, medium, and high voltage, that deliver power directly to final consumers, and including the household and business. There are around 800 regional and municipal distribution system operator or DSOs. What is the challenge and the modernization? The shift to decentralized, fluctuating, renewable energy source like rooftop solar has changed the traditional one-directional power flow and requiring significant investment in grid expansion, modernization, energy storage system like large-scale and home batteries, and the development of smart grids to manage fluctuation and balance supply and demand efficiently. High voltage direct current or HVDC transmission lines are a key part of the new grid expansion plans to address bottlenecks. I think from the first I presentation you, maybe we can conclude that the Germany is the one of the country with the major transformation with the technology and a new transformation, and I think the Germany will be the first country in Europe continent with a new electrical transformation system. So I think this country, just like Indonesia, will be following the way the Germany. So I think it is all to my presentation. Maybe when I speaking to you guys have many mistakes to say the words or anything, so I would have to sorry to everyone because I'm still learning and I'm still improve my public speaking about English. So the last we say, good afternoon everyone, and thank you to watch my video. Bye bye.